What it do? This is, I guess,
What's going
episode
down?
18.
Yes, sir. Yes,
What up,
sir.
folks? The originator's back.
Yes, sir, man. Oh, it's been a minute, dude. I missed this thing.
How you been, man?
Busy, brother. Busy, busy, busy. I know we and I caught up a few times, but yeah, man, just it's been I don't know what last 3 months has just been craziness.
Yeah.
Things were kind of I had to make a quick change in the direction in which I needed to get some stuff taken care of, and so because of that, it kind of propelled me into this crazy schedule. And for those of y'all who remember in the episode, maybe like the second or third episode, I was working two jobs, which I still currently am, but one is just kind of taking over the other, and so I'm still working as much as I do, but probably a little bit more on the extreme side of things. More hours, but it's not a bad thing.
Yeah, yeah,
So, but yeah, man. How about you, man? I feel like I know we caught up a couple of times, but I just feel like it was kind of like rushed. Like, yeah, yeah, yeah. But how you been, man? I feel like we haven't talked in. It's been a month, bro.
Really?
I
No,
mean,
no.
yeah,
Just we met up and had lunch like a week or two ago.
yeah. But I mean, that's what I'm saying though. It was just like lunch kind of deal. But I mean, like where we
Yeah.
actually sat down in a podcast and kind of just got to shoot the shit like
I
this.
feel like it was longer than a month ago.
Yeah, it's probably been
But
at least two.
yeah, it's been a while. That was, I think, me and Weston a little while ago. But
Yeah,
yeah, just been chilling. I've been trying to get like content shot and everything, but it's kind of hard getting back in the swing of things. Uh, Whenever me and you were doing it, it was like you have someone counting on you every week, so you're like, you know what I mean. It keeps you accountable and dependable, like not dependable, but like someone else is counting on you, so it keeps you on a regimented schedule and stuff. You know what I mean? Uh,
yeah,
and I've also trying to like we had a good format. I feel like so now I'm trying to find like a good something that makes sense to do solo. Yeah, just something that makes sense to do solo because um I was doing like the long form like live stream, but just kind of playing around with what makes more sense and that kind of thing. But other than that, just work and chilling. Uh I've been balling a little bit since it started heating up.
yeah. That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, man. It's been for me, man. I'm trying to get back in shape, so I started working out a little bit. Of course, with the new gig, I mean, dude, I'm probably walking around like 5, 7 miles a day. Because I'm
Damn.
currently over at SpaceX, and that place is a huge. It's a it's a big motherfucker, dude. So like, if you're running out of material, you got to walk to the other side of the building, and it's a good minute. So I've been losing some weight. I mean, of course, I still eat like a fat bastard, but that's you got to keep a balance, I suppose. But man, other than that, though, like I said, man, just kind of been just working, and I haven't picked up any new habits or hobbies or anything like that. Habits, look at me. But I think for the most part right now, it's just been kind of been work, work, work.
Yeah. I've been keeping you busy.
Yeah, yeah, dude, it's a lot different, when you and I were working together, I was doing more residential stuff, and uh, now what I'm doing now, I guess would be more considered, industrial type work, which is day and night, compared to what we were doing, and so a lot of the stuff that we work with is, I guess I wouldn't say it's a bigger scale, just because there's still rooms that are being made, but you're working with stuff that's, I guess, would be considered high voltage, and
Mm.
you got to be a little bit more mindful about your surroundings, because when you're doing residential, you bump your head on a stud where if you make a wrong turn on something, you could you could touch something that will light your ass up.
That's a lot more
But
severe.
yeah, it is. Yeah, I mean, dude, like, if, like, for instance, if you got electrocuted in residential, I mean, you're still gonna die if you get it bad enough. But with where we're at, I mean, you get extra crispy. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like and you'd be surprised, man. There's some shit out there. I'm just like, man, this is why people. this is why people die sooner than later is because they do some dumb shit, and so and then of course your favorite dude. I know you're really big on safety, so it's one of those things where like you got to wear helmets and we got to wear harnesses on lifts, just stuff that we didn't think about or at least I didn't think about when I was residential.
Hmm.
And so now I wear gloves every day, and it's different. I enjoy it. I like it. I do miss residential though, because if I needed some nails or any other stuff, I mean, all I had to do was go around the corner or whatever, as opposed to
Hmm.
walking, a third of a mile.
Oh, okay, yeah. It's a whole different ball game, huh?
It is. It is. I mean, it's what is it? What's that saying? Same store, different product, and a bigger team. The guys that I'm working with. I mean, it can vary between 90 electricians to 20. It just kind of depends. But yeah, man, it's I enjoy it. I enjoyed doing residential too. My biggest thing is just I like to learn and I like to see what people with their how they do their things, right? Because everyone kind of has their own little style in which they do stuff in. So, but it's been a very interesting last what 2 3 months now,
Hmm.
and I'm just looking forward to the future. I actually just enrolled into their apprenticeship program, which is like a 4-year program that they go through for through the union. And so, I enrolled in that, and for that one's a little tricky because they actually select. You have to be selected to get in there. They don't,
Huh.
you just don't drop an application. You got to go through like the prerequisites and the requirements that they have you go through. Then you got to go through an interview process.
Oh.
So yeah, so I'm going to be starting that pretty soon, and I mean, I told you before, man. My thing is just I want to be the best that I can be and be more knowledgeable about what I'm doing.
Hmm. Yeah. That's dope.
So yeah, man. I'm trying to be like you, dude. Trying to become a J man. Oh,
Yeah.
you know what? I didn't tell you though, but they got me working like with a crew strict. I think I told you it was strictly like Hispanics, like Mexicans. Like they don't speak
Dang.
any English. You know what I mean? Like remember Javi?
Yeah.
Imagine if they jumped like threw you into working with Javi's crew. Like you know what I mean? But you know me, I know some Spanish, but not
Yeah.
like 100%. And so the guys that I'm working with, they're very forgiving, and it's kind of been kind of a fair trade off because they want to learn English. So so while they're showing me how to correctly speak Spanish, I'm showing them how to speak English correctly. It's pretty cool actually. The guys that I work with are pretty awesome too. It's just sometimes that language barrier can be an issue, but we work through it.
Do you think they want to learn English?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. It's the thing is that
It's just hard.
like they can understand. What's that?
You think it's hard, or like how old are these people?
Some of these guys are like in their late 20s, early 30s.
Hmm.
And I actually asked them this morning. I was like, "Do y'all take English like how we took how we took like foreign language in like high school?"
Yeah.
And I was like, did y'all take any like English classes back home?" And they're like, yeah, but it wasn't really to the extent that we would prefer.
Yeah.
And so I was like, no, I get it. But they do. I mean, what what they want is to be able to communicate to like the foreman and other
Yeah.
electricians about what they're doing, and even just to have a normal conversation. But again, like I said, what they've told me is that you and I, when we speak, we don't necessarily speak formal, right? We speak with slang and it's
Yeah.
very informal.
Just
And
how like
so
they
for
do.
them,
It's the same exact thing.
exactly. And so because of it, we use different words for different meanings. It
Yeah.
can confuse them sometimes. So I'm like, yeah, like, do you jam this? They're like, jam, like, like they'll look at me like, jam, So I'm like, do you like listening to this music? Like, oh yeah, yeah. And then sometimes I'll talk to them and I'm like, hey, ¿cómo se dice esta cosa? And they're like, they'll tell me. I'm like, all right, cool. So it works out, man. Like I said, it's been very interesting. I've never been in that predicament where I'm only working with like Spanish speaking folks only.
Uh.
And so, but I love a good challenge. So, But we're able to, get our job done. Have you ever been in a predicament like that where you worked with some people that you're like, man, I don't know
Oh
if this is
yeah.
gonna work?
Well, not
Yeah, yeah,
not where I didn't know if it was gonna work, but like I've been on job sites where like everyone there speaks nothing but Spanish, and like it's never too hard to communicate what you need to get across. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, if I
right,
worked with them all day side by side, if they were my coworker, yeah, shit would come up. But like, just bumping into another trade, if you ask for
yeah,
nails or like move your truck or like, can I borrow a hammer, and you get the point across pretty quickly with that kind of
yeah.
shit. But like, yeah, no, if I've never, I'm sure I've been in a situation, but never where like everyone spoke a different language and it was like that. So that's interesting.
Yeah, fortunately, like I said, I do have some of my Spanish that I've been able to like keep, right?
Yeah.
Just kind of the basics. Like if I didn't know any if I didn't know Spanish at all, it would probably be a nightmare. But because again, like I said, I have that foundation. That it helps, but it definitely would feel a lot better if I was a little bit more fluent with what with even just the trade, right? Because I mean, there's different names for different tools and stuff like that. So, but I'm learning, and the guys are too. It's just a matter of working together.
Yeah. Hell
But
yeah.
yeah, man. But yeah, man. It's been a whole minute. And in between that time, though, man, so much stuff has happened, and I'm just like, man, I know Logan's talking about this, and or trying to get a feel for what's been happening. As far as like our economy and all kinds of stuff that I'm just like, man, I'm always interested in hearing what your take on these things. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know. Nothing too crazy has
So,
been happening. Like, I feel like like, after that ship hit the bridge in Baltimore, there hasn't really been anything too crazy national news.
mm, I mean, well, I mean, that thing is still like it's still an issue right now. I was not aware of this until I think yesterday, but there's actually that ship is still stuck with people in it.
What ship?
One of the cargo ships, they still have people in it. They've been stranded on the damn ship for as long as they've been there. If
The
you Google it, like I don't know if it's the ship. I'm assuming it's that ship that hit. There's still people that are on that ship,
hmm.
which I'm like, why don't they just get off? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
They're still stuck on the cargo ship.
yes, though. Like I'm telling you, dude. Like that, there's people that are still on there.
What the heck? The workers?
I don't know if it's the workers or if it's the captain or whatever, but there's folks that are still on it, which makes sense because I mean, you still have stuff on there, right? I mean, it's still a ship. You just don't abandon it. And I don't know if maybe it's because the captain is
It's
like
not still
obligated
stuck
to
under the
stay with the
bridge, is
ship.
it?
Yeah, that's what they
No.
had to. Bro, they just demoed some of the bridge this week. Like they're still demoing it out.
What the heck?
That's what I'm saying. It's like that thing is still a problem.
Hmm.
They said what it was going to take another 10 years to build this, to rebuild that bridge.
Damn.
Because you got to think all the material they're going to have to create the material for it, and then you got to go. You got to. I mean, you have to really start all over on a bridge. It's not like you're adding an addition to a home. you're
Yeah.
you're building a damn bridge.
Hmm.
So, but yeah, man. I think that was. I'm trying to think of anything that's happened that's nationwide. It's been kind of one of those things where people are just alert. I honestly, I haven't really kept up with the news as much as I'd like to. Um,
Hmm.
but like from the stuff that I do know is that Drake and Kendrick beef. Um, what else? Diddy, of course. With that video that just got released. Ooh boy.
He's in trouble.
He, oh, trouble is not the word I had in mind.
Shit.
he, yeah, boy, man, he's gonna be looking at a really bad time pretty soon,
Yeah.
as if he hasn't already.
Yeah. It's interesting the timing of it too. That it got released now. Hmm.
Well, the thing was, so from my understanding, that video that was released to the public, he paid the the hotel staff to delete that video. I don't know if you heard about that.
Hmm.
So the staff had still they had that video of him and was it Cassie? He assaulted her, right? And it's a pretty brutal video. It's not like he just like slapped her around. The dude was straight like like Degeneration X leg dropping on her, and like he was doing some like grown ass like moves on her. And so the video that was released, he actually went to the hotel staff, right? So he goes to the hotel staff and he pays. I don't know if it's the department or the individual that had the video, but he paid them $50,000
Hmm.
to
To delete
delete
it.
it.
Hmm.
My thing is this, Diddy, $50,000, that ain't shit, bro. It ain't
Yeah.
shit.
Well, that's
Like,
that's a decent chunk of money if you don't have
not for
anything.
that. Diddy, you're looking at $1 million, bro. I will end you right now. I want $1 million, bro. With the blue face bills. I don't want the old money. I want that new.
Dang.
$1 million. Do you know how? Think about it. I mean, people paid more for just basic video of people out there. Like paparazzis are willing to spend $100,000 for like Kim Kardashian's kids, like just their photos.
Hmm.
And this
Yeah.
guy, P Diddy, being cheap, spent $50,000. Bro, $50,000, dude. That's like one of his little earrings, bro. If I'm protecting my image and my company, things that I've over the last 30, 20 years that I've spent building, $50,000, that ain't shit, bro. That's like one rim for him.
Yeah. That ain't shit. But he probably
I bet this is what,
there's only so much you can
huh?
bribe a person until it goes to the courts and stuff though, because he's probably thinking like there's only so much I can try to persuade this one person before like it's out of their hands. So.
Here's my thing. Allegedly, and this is pure alleged, from what I heard, P. Diddy had something to do with Pac's murder.
Hmm.
If let's just say on the pure hypothetical that was the case, right? Let's just say P. Diddy was, the guy behind the grand, the grandmaster behind this whole thing, right?
Hmm.
And I had and somebody had a video of me beating my lady. I would tell him this. Do you know who I am? I will bury you in my backyard next to Pac. I don't. I, I will pay you $1 million, or you can take a dirt nap. Which one do you want? Because I can do both. Like, you know
Hmm.
what I
Yeah.
mean? I'm
Hmm.
protecting all corners, bro. I'm sorry, $50,000 is cheap. Bro, there's game shows that hand out more money than that.
Yeah. He just thought there was only so much he could pay that person before it was just gonna like be out of their hands. You know?
Well, they had that video for a while. I mean, that video's old. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it's surfacing now, but that video. When did she come out about that? About him being abusive? Was it 2018?
Yeah. It's already all out. When is he going to court for all this?
That I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't really been in the loop on that, but this definitely is not helping his case at all.
No.
Like he's gonna be sitting in the prison cell next to R. Kelly doing remixes.
Dang. You think he's gonna go
There's
down or he's just
every
gonna weasel out of it?
no, dude. You're not whistling your way out of this, though.
You don't think?
Well, I say that, but then remember Ray Rice? I mean, he beat his wife on the elevator,
Yeah.
and
You
then
never
he got.
know.
Eh, I don't know. I mean, here's the thing: the the House of Cards effect is happening, right?
Hmm.
What we're seeing right now is ultimately the ending of P Diddy, and it seems like this guy cannot just catch a break. Like it's like okay, all this stuff we already knew he was sus, right? Like just from the videos and
Hmm.
everything. Then the Meek Mill and Usher allegations. Then comes the video. It's like, bro, you're just getting your ass beat by the media,
Yeah.
and there's no way you can recover from this.
Hmm.
There's no way.
Yeah.
There's sooner or
There's too
later
much.
a lot of dude. There's too much. There's gonna be companies that are gonna be pulling out of investing. What's his brand? Is it Ciroc?
Yeah.
Is Ciroc
Yeah.
Ciroc dude? Ciroc. I wouldn't be surprised if Ciroc starts to tank.
Hmm.
All the other things that he's built. I mean, he's pulling straws. I mean, he's grabbing straws at this point. Like he's doing anything that he can to save face. I mean, even giving back the old Bad Boy record, the Bad Boy, the rapping guys from back in the day. He was giving them their masters. Like
Hmm.
like he did it out of man. I want to give y'all the money is. No, he wasn't. He was just trying to save his ass, and it was too late by then.
Hmm. Maybe we'll see. I don't know. Could be just a big
Do
tease.
you I mean, as far as your position on it, do you feel like where do you see this happening? Or I mean, we've seen stuff like this happen before, right? But not to P Diddy level.
Yeah.
Is that fair to say?
Uh. Yeah. It's just interesting because he has all these connections, but no one's really saying anything. So
I mean, what can they say? you you really I mean, it's not like it was a misunderstanding. They got his ass in 4K,
hmm.
and the problem is like if you defend him, you look like you are condoning what he does or trying to make
Yeah.
light of it, or you know what I mean. And
They've
then,
been condoning it because they were right there with him all those years.
oh yeah, right,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, and it's not like they didn't know. They had to have. All right, let's go.
So we were talking about Diddy before. We had a little technical difficulty, and then I checked the sound to make sure everything was good. But yeah, so P Diddy's son put out a diss track at 50 Cent.
Yeah, yeah. That's 50 Cent is not the guy you want to be messing with when your dad's on tape whooping some woman's ass.
That's just P Diddy's gay lover. They're just scorned lovers.
Yeah, well,
50 Cent and P Diddy, that's their old lovers.
well, listen, they might be
Sprinkle,
that
drizzle,
would
drizzle.
nowadays, dude. Nothing surprises me anymore. Let's just say that is the case. You still don't want to be moving around 50 like that, dude. 50, dude,
You're
was
scared
just
of 50?
bro. He's the biggest troll that ever came out of the internet, bro.
Bitch, you ain't nothing but 2 quarters. You remember that?
Bro,
When the
50.
SEC boys dropped the diss track?
Oh God, bro. I'm telling you, 50. At this point, he's not even a rapper, dude. He's a professional troller. That's all he does, man.
That's 69's dad. What'd you think whenever Kendrick said you a 69 god? You a freaky ass nigga, you a 69 god? I said, ooh, that was that was that was tough for Drake. You
Yeah,
hear
Drake.
that? Did you hear that one or no?
I'll be honest with you. I haven't been listening to any of his tracks.
Oh, you gotta listen to at least if you're gonna listen to one, you gotta hear "Not Like Us."
Well, I heard that he recently that track has already gone platinum.
That track's a bop. It's like a YG
Yeah,
song.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's getting some notoriety. I mean, this thing.
It makes you
Here's the
can't hear
thing.
it and not want to dance. You know?
But here's my question though, right? So right now at this point, these types of songs are actually like getting so much play. They're being like bona fide hits.
Mm.
Does this considered an actual hit since it's a diss track, or because like to
You're
me,
saying it's getting
what
extra
I'm thinking.
momentum. Does it really?
Well, because when I'm thinking of like, is this hit 'em up status? Would you say that this is hitting that type
Yeah,
of
yeah,
status?
yeah.
Because hit 'em up, dude, was
He
a diss track
cause he had a
that's
couple of bars in there that were hot. Certified lover boy,
yeah.
certified pedophile. I was like, ooh, that was. I don't
Uh,
care who you are. That's
al-
hard.
although there's somebody did their research and their homework, and I don't know if you know this or not, but Kendrick was reusing tweets.
What do you mean reusing tweets?
So somebody, I don't know who, I wish I would have saved it. What they did was it looked like Kendrick was actually going back to when people were roasting Drake. This is 2019, 2018 when he was doing some weirdo shit. And Kendrick was essentially digging up old
Well,
tweets
I mean,
that people
everyone's
were
information
roasting.
comes from somewhere. Do we really care where you got the information from?
bro, it's plagiarized. Like he's literally taking it bar for bar, like word, like verbatim. That's the issue.
What do you mean bar for
So,
bar?
well, like he's literally taking these tweets and throwing them into the verse,
I don't
like
care.
that. I do.
Nah, I don't care about that.
That to me, you can't do that, bro. That's almost ghostwriting at that point.
Drake's done that a
It
lot though.
That's fine, and we knew that though. But we knew that Kendrick, on the other hand,
Tries
though,
to
it's
make it seem
like,
like he's all authentic. But I
well,
think
and
for a
I'd
diss
say
track, because diss track is like a little bit out of the ordinary. You're gonna do stuff that you wouldn't normally do as an artist. You're gonna go out on a limb a little bit, and he's almost like,
sure,
I'm taking a piece of someone else that made fun of you, and I'm reusing that because Drake's taking evidence of however he can get it against Kendrick to use. So it's like
right,
all is fair in like a diss battle or whatever. However you want to. Not all is fair, but like I would say at least
right.
that is fair play.
See, my thing is this. Like I said, when Kendrick was like A minor, like, you know what I mean, he did
Yeah,
that. That was a tweet.
I see what you're
That was a
saying.
tweet from 2018.
Yeah,
And these are not bars that
I
he
got
came
you.
up with. These
But
are so.
but
Yeah, go ahead.
and then another one he said, beat his ass and had the Bible of God watching. That was good. It's simple, but
Yeah,
it's good. It's like okay, like he's trying to make you let you know that he's the morally superior one, which some people like gets old, but like I don't know, there was some good shit in there.
yeah. I guess, and my thing is this: is like when you're doing these diss tracks, right? I wasn't sure if these were done out of like friendly competition, because here's the thing: that's not the first time that they've done it, and each time, Kendrick always came up and ate everybody.
Well, here's
Drake,
the thing
J.
though,
Cole.
Kendrick would come out and diss a bunch of people and then go into hiding and go away. And so it was like whack a
Yeah,
mole. Drake never knew what to respond to and what not to.
but Drake's never been the guy to me that's always like the what was it? He's never to me. He's never been the guy that's like solidified himself as like a dominator in regards to
Like bars.
like competing with. No, that's
That's
not
why
Drake.
whenever he went back
Drake,
and forth with Meek Mill, it was just like weak and he barely won. And then when he went
yeah,
against Pusha T, he lost.
yeah, because Push is an actual artist.
An
Like
actual
he
rapper.
knows what. Yeah, he's an actual rapper
Drake's a
that
hip
does his
hop
own shit.
artist overall, but like he doesn't fit into like the hardcore MC like lyrical bar. He does, but not top tier like that.
But let's put it this way: when you start doing diss tracks, you're stepping into the arena of like a battle rapper, right?
A little bit, yeah.
It's just you're not in person. You're not in front of that person to say it to their face.
Drake makes good
So it's like,
songs,
oh
but this is not about that as much. Yeah.
no, and the thing is too, it's like you look at their struggles. They're from two different sides of the world, right? And you can tell, you know, Kendrick. I feel more the authenticity from Kendrick than I would from Drake.
Okay, hold on
Any
though.
other.
You do?
Oh
Who do
yeah, for
you
sure.
listen to more?
Straight up Drake. I'm not gonna lie.
See, me too. So
I'm
it's
not. I don't have a like that. Oh my bad. That loyalty song. Like he's got a few hits. Don't get me wrong. Kendrick does.
yeah.
But here's the thing: is like Kendrick, J. Cole. These artists are not meant to be hit makers the way that Drake's been pushed.
Well, I think these other people have more hits than Kendrick is so like sparse or sparse, however you say it, with his music. Like
Yeah,
he and like I mean, you know, what is what it is. But I guess my point is, okay, Drake took the L in this beef, right? That's pretty much the consensus. Um, but me and you both listen to him way more than Kendrick, and I think most people, if they're honest, would say that. Um, so I guess what I'm getting at is, how does this affect his legacy long term, Drake?
it's not gonna do
It's
anything.
not gonna do anything.
It's not gonna do anything.
In
The
5 years,
only
a
thing.
Drake song is gonna come on at a party or a get together, and many of them will, and we're gonna be like, "Oh, remember 5 years ago when when he lost to Kendrick?" And we're like, "Yeah, turn it up, bitch." I mean, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I just, I really don't think it's gonna affect him in the long run. I could be wrong, but he's just there's so many good Drake songs and Drake verses on other people's songs that we were a part of our lives where we jammed them for a summer, or we were dating a girl and we jammed one song, or whatever. We have memories attached to stuff. A summer where we were hanging out with our best friends all the time and we were jamming whatever. There's memories attached to it. We're fans of this guy, so it would take that pedophile stuff would have to be true without a doubt, like with Diddy, for us to like stop listening. Is kind of what I feel like.
The thing about it too is, unfortunately, we live in a time where even if it was true,
Give me
people are
another
gonna
hot song
overlook
and I
it.
don't give a fuck, right?
Oh, hold up, real quick. Hold up. Oh hell, did I mess with something?
No, you're
Give me a sec. Hold on. Hold on. Can you hear me?
yeah, you're still good.
Let me see. I can. For some reason, I lost sound. Uh, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Is there an echo?
Uh, yeah, maybe a little bit.
Oh
Yeah.
man. Hold on. All right. I don't know what I did. Hold up.
Check, check.
Okay, I'm good. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Man, dude. So for those of y'all who are watching this, I'm literally holding my phone with my hand, and like there's like very important buttons on the screen that I'm trying to like not
I hit.
touch.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
it's like self destruct, hang up, kill your
In the
neighbor.
call.
Like
Yeah.
yeah,
Done.
I'm like yeah,
I.
the
You're either gonna have to get like something to hold your phone, or you're gonna have to get that your little camera set up.
my little yeah. I
The
need to
one we
do
used for
that.
the first like several episodes.
Yeah, I gotta find it. I don't know where it's at. It's somewhere in my closet, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Or at least get like a little cheap ass tripod to set your phone on.
I'm about to put this bitch on like a cup. Like, I'm just gonna image real quick.
Yeah. But nah,
But
great job.
yeah,
Come with
man.
another. Oh, now you're echoing bad.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Hold on. It kind of went away. It was like real quick. I think we're good. But yeah, it's like come with another hit song. People don't care. That's kind of what happened with Gunna.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it
I
makes me
mean,
think
the
about the
thing.
P Diddy thing. Are people just gonna be willing to let live and forget if he, if it blows over and no one get who the fuck is Cassie? Did you give a fuck about Cassie last year? Because I sure as hell didn't. I still don't give a fuck. I'm with the new
Listen,
era. I'm like the new Star the hater. I'm with the young kids. Who gives a fuck? And Star was covering academics recently, and he had a conspiracy theory that this thing with P Diddy hit because the thing with P Diddy's already been going on. So it's like, why is this new Cassie video such a big deal all of a sudden? There's allegations against academics recently of grape, and Star was thinking, well, what if academics leaked this video to the media right now to like get the heat off of him? And it's almost like who knows? But what I was my theory or like my input about this whole academics thing is like, who gives a fuck? Or like, okay, if he's proven guilty, maybe, but like, it's another one of these things where the girl's taking him to court in a civil suit. It's not criminal. We don't know anything yet, and it's like, do we really want to lose another big, like, person to the important to the culture over some, like, we lost our Kelly. We're losing. I mean, some of these guys are scumbags, but like, I don't know if academics is that, and like, we need some proof before we're just like, he's out of here. You know what I mean?
I mean, there's videos of him that remember that one video that came out where he's like on that girl's face, like that girl that he was with.
Who act?
Uh, yeah, like that hotel lobby. I
Do
think
we
that's what
give
it
a
was.
fuck?
We didn't to the extent, but it was definitely like for us that were not behind the scenes. It was like, whoa, this is who we're dealing. Like this is the guy. Like this is him. Because he doesn't act like that during his videos, but he never really showcases his true personality. He's just narrating
I think
a
I pretty much
video.
have a good idea of who he is.
Well, I'm saying like for me, like
Yeah,
since I watched like his videos from like when he was doing the Chirac stuff.
he gets turned off that henny,
Yeah, oof,
henny act.
bro, he needs to lay off that. You know, he's looking guy. He could wear a big ass like snapback and it still looks small on his head, bro.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. He just needs like a special helmet, helmet or a hat. He that dome of his. He's getting too big headed, both theoretically
Dang.
and for real. But no, I mean, like I said,
I don't.
man,
I
it's
don't know if you
you're.
did anything, but you got a slight echo now.
Oh, man, I don't know what I did. Fuck. Hold on. Let me see if maybe switching the camera around.
Hmm.
Is that better?
Yeah, sounds good. I don't know. We gotta try Discord next time, maybe.
Yeah, because fuck,
That's
I
not
don't know
much.
what I did. All right. Well, anyways, but the thing is like like with Drake, right? Those allegations of him being a pedophile,
Mm-hmm.
and again, these are all pure allegations. But when you
Right.
start doing the research on it, you're kind of like, like if it walks like a duck, sounds like a duck, it's it's Drake. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Here's the
he's
thing.
like,
Here's the thing. I always bring this up, and I am on the lone island over here when I do bring it up. Do
yeah,
we care? I'm the one who always says I care. I don't want people to be gay. I don't want people to be transgender. I don't want people to be obese. I don't,
right,
do we hate these people? No. Do we want to champion these defects? Also, no. But other people use it against me, like, oh, just live and let live, and like, you're a little too harsh. And like, recently, this new, you're probably not into it because you don't give a fuck about like Pokemon, but like, there's this new online Pokemon game that's taken over for like people that are Pokemon heads or whatever you want to call it, called Pokerogue. And it just came out like today or the last day or two that this guy, one of the creators, the prominent creator, is like transphobic and like hating on trans. And it's one of these
so
things.
you downloaded the app? That's what
No,
you're
no, I was
saying?
I was already playing it like a week or two ago. No, no, no. But it's just one of these things where like all these people had to like come out and say like they weren't cool with him and like they're not cool with that hate and shit. But it's almost like I don't know where I'm going with this, but it's almost like you have to choose a side and like um where am I going with this? We don't care if people are trans, but we care about this other. It's just weird what we care about and what we're co-signing, what we're not, and like it's just interesting times. I don't know.
Well, I think you
It's like
you
if y'all don't
said
give a
it.
fuck if someone's trans, do you give a fuck uh, if they're minor attracted? Because
Yeah,
that's the next. Oh, I'm trans. I can be anything I want. I can identify as anything I want. I can be attracted to anything I want, or I can just identify as a 10-year-old myself.
yeah,
We're leading into crazy land. You know what I mean?
yeah. I think you said it before. This was a while back, and I think we were actually talking about this PM thing when you said it was selective outrage, right?
Yeah.
And so it kind of goes into that realm where it's like, man, I don't. I remember it was the same thing with like Chick-fil-A. Do you remember people were saying like Chick-fil-A was a support was a like they were against gays, right?
Mm.
And so people were like lining up, picketing outside of Chick-fil-A, and then of course you had the other side where people were going and buying like 100, 100 chicken sandwiches just to
Yeah.
kind of prove a point. It gets to the point where it's like on both ends they lose the mission or the statement that they were trying to make just to spite the other person. So
Yeah.
there's no real progress on either end, right? And so when you look at Drake, you're like, man, as successful as he is, um, you know, you have to wonder, like, okay, what's going on? Like for Diddy, right? I mean, he's been in the industry since the '80s, early '90s, and it almost seemed like this guy could do no wrong. And then all of a sudden, we started hearing stories and we started hearing reports, and like, of course, initially we don't care
Here's the
because
thing. He was
it's
the big bad bully man running hip hop and money and hits hide and solve a lot, but it's almost like the Drake
mm,
effect. He's old. He doesn't have anything to offer, and people are like, "You're just the old." Have you watched Game of Thrones or some shit like
I'm
that?
not.
It's just like he's the old creepy king with all the power, and at some point, everyone around him is like, "Why do we need you anymore? Like you've outlived your purpose now." It's like P Diddy, you've
Yeah,
outlived. We don't need you anymore.
yeah,
We have some new creep ready to take your spot, and everyone's hungry for the fucking money and the fame. So let's just get your
yeah.
creepy old ass up the fuck out of here. And you know, Think about it. There's only
Well,
so
we
much
don't.
room at the top. Get your ass out of here.
The thing is, like, people like P Diddy, and even 50 Cent at this point are obsolete. We don't. They're no
Well,
longer
50 has
running the
made himself
show.
still relevant because now he's moved into like he's producing TV shows and stuff. So, I
Right.
mean, we don't need him, but
That's
he that's how he shifted into maintaining relevance. P Diddy, he's just a relic
well.
now.
The thing is, it's like we don't need record labels anymore to produce good music or to put it out there. Now you have the whole fucking internet to just blast that shit. And so for him, I think he's
Hold
almost
on
kind of
now.
like,
We don't need that, but yet still Drake is the number one thing.
oh yeah. Well, no, for sure. No, Drake's still holding down the spot. But my point is like for an artist like Lil Nas X to just come out of left field,
You think that
he
was
didn't.
genuine, like authentic though?
I mean,
No.
I don't know. I don't know any major people that were co-signing him off the spot.
Billy Ray hopped on a song like super quick, and that Old Town Road song was getting played at NBA games. That
Right.
does not happen.
Right, but Billy Ray Cyrus, let's be honest, when was the last hit he had before he got on that song?
No, I know, but there was some kind of movement going with that song because it was about gay sex, and they were having little kids singing along to that shit.
Wait, that song was about gay sex?
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
gonna have
gonna
to
take
rehear
my
that
horse to the
song.
Old Town Road, and I'm gonna ride till I can't no more.
Man, I don't know, man. I wasn't reading that far into
Well, he's
it.
gay. No, Little Nas X is gay.
What?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
Yes, of course I
Oh,
did.
okay.
No, but the thing was is like, I guess what I'm saying is like people like when I look at P Diddy, I he gives me like that boss hog effect, like that old like I ran the show back in the '80s, and
Yeah.
nobody gets through here but through me, and it's like, no, motherfucker, guess what? The internet showed up, and your ass didn't capitalize on it when you should have. You made
Yeah.
your money selling CDs. You have royalties from all the artists you have underneath. You killed off, a legend in the making, and now we don't need you anymore. So bye,
Yeah.
goodbye. We don't need your shitty liquor. We don't, and the stuff that you were doing behind the doors. Remember when you were taking the phones and everything? Guess what? We have evidence. We can put your ass away, and
What
that's
if
the end of
nobody
that.
cares about any of that stuff he did anymore? What if no one cares?
They're gonna care.
Who cares? People don't
They're
care
gonna
anymore.
care. Well, again, this is what I'm telling you. It's selective outrage,
Yeah.
right? So, I mean, they're gonna crucify this guy, and the thing is, it's like,
What if he comes out and says he's what is he even in trouble for right now? Just being a weirdo?
no, well, the video came out.
Of
So the video of him. I mean, like I said, dude, if you, I don't know if you've seen it or not, but he's literally beating up his girl at the time. Like he was mollywopping her all over the floor.
Hmm.
So you got that going on. Of course, you have the Meek Mill and Usher allegations, right? So now it's like, okay, it's one. Don't get me wrong, assaulting women and everything's terrible, terrible, terrible. But bro, you're fucking dudes now. Okay, like
What if he just says he's
that,
bisexual and that's his truth?
and that's fine. If that's the case, that's fine. But Usher, bro, you have to bring Usher in it. Like,
Yeah.
you ever seen that video of Meek Mill? Get up! That wrestling. Bro,
Mm.
like I said, man, and
Who
I
else
told you
that you
this
don't know?
before.
Who else is there that you don't know about?
No, dude. I mean,
50?
think Bieber, Bieber,
Yeah.
Bieber. I mean, dude, I'm waiting for that. I mean, there's gonna come
50?
out
50
a
Cent?
man. You really
Jay-Z?
got it in for 50.
Jay-Z?
I don't know,
The
man.
Game?
Oh, bro, nobody cares about the
Lloyd
game.
Banks? Young Buck? They're old news now, but they were all sus back in the day. Who else is hot now though that's like a little that's like sus? I'm trying to think.
Honestly, man, I don't even know anymore.
Lady Skies is
I
so
told you
well
this
now.
before. Well, it's not even disguise. It's just the new norm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, and Pimp warned us about this a long time ago. Like this, y'all gonna start seeing some stuff, and That's just what it is. But all these artists, like I said, that P Diddy had, it makes you wonder, like, did they have to go through some stuff in order for them to join Bad Boy?
Yeah.
I mean, isn't it weird that the label's called Bad Boy?
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. Like I said, P Diddy's about to, all those skeletons in the closet that he had, that he's thought he packed away for nobody to find, they're gonna be coming out really soon, really soon.
Maybe it's just like a Epstein 2.0 thing where you think you're gonna get a big reveal, but this was the reveal. Now you just know about it all, but you're gonna get no resolution.
I mean, and to be honest, it's like you said, even after all the stuff that comes out about it, at the very end of the day, nobody's gonna care.
Okay, yeah, cause yeah, it's like Epstein, like yeah, like he had a whole island and like all this stuff that was going on. It's like how many people had to know something, and like nobody went down for that. So it's like how many people are gonna go down for this P Diddy thing? It's like I don't know.
Yeah, and to me, like I said, it's just kind of one of those things where, like, all his friends, all his associates, they're not gonna stick their neck out for him. Not on this one. The cat's out of the bag. Like, if it's all allegations, maybe, but this is full
They just
blown video
there's all
proof.
people around him that were partying with him for years. All these other famous people like Ross and Jay Z. It's like no one cares about that they were around all the time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if there's videos of them out there, I mean,
It's
we
like
don't
Meek
know
Mill.
what's
You
out
knew
there.
Drake had a ghostwriter. You were telling on that, but P Diddy was busting up your backside. And you didn't say nothing about that. It's just like we have to start asking questions. Who else knows secrets that's not? This is what we know about right now that we didn't think about. Okay, Meek Mill was getting his backside busted up and Usher for years, and they kept that
Right.
secret. People think, oh, you know, what else is being kept secret that we don't know about right now?
Right.
It's this is just what we found out about right now. What else that we don't know about, is going on right now? The R. Kelly thing was going on the whole time, and then he gets busted, and we find out all this stuff retroactively, and there were like clues here and there, but it's like there's stuff going on right now with other people that were just like, you know, and there's people that have to be like. It's hard for me to believe that P Diddy was doing all this and no one knew about any of it at all. You know what I
Right.
mean? So people, everybody had little pieces and parts of it. That's why his bodyguard came out with this video. It's like, why didn't like, how many people help them accomplish these things and like see things and don't say anything? You know what I mean? So I don't know.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's like
Yeah.
there's
Well,
a their money and influences other around them too. That's what people don't want to say. Like how many people did P Diddy influence to do stuff they didn't want to do, and then it helped him do more crooked shit. You know?
yeah. Yeah. Well, like you said, we'll find. What's done in the dark will come to light,
Hmm.
and once we have all the information sat in front of us, we'll have a better idea and understanding of who we're dealing with. Because for now, we just know P Diddy as some kind of mogul, right? Entrepreneur, businessman, producer, rapper, all these things, right? This is all we've known P. Diddy through our whole life. Now we're finding out he's a monster, he's an abuser, he is a predator. I mean, these are things that we're like, and at this point in today's society, it shouldn't even be a surprise anymore.
Yeah.
It's almost like, well, I mean, that's kind of the new norm. Like this is Pete. These are people that are holding very high positions of power. I mean, when somebody has that much power to do whatever they want, they're gonna, at one point or another, they're gonna end up abusing it.
Yeah. I
So,
I wonder what like what the whole P Diddy and Cassie fight was about.
I mean, who knows? Who knows? It could have been something as simple as, she wanted to hang out with her girlfriends, and he was like, "No, you're not doing that." Or she was probably fed up. She's like, "I'm done, watching you and Meek Mill lay together.
Mm,
How
yeah.
come you don't hold me like that?"
Mm,
Because the videos of him in a towel, bro. He ain't wearing no clothes.
mm.
He's out. He chased her in his towel. Like it almost looked like she walked in on him,
With
and then
somebody?
she was decided. Was that?
With somebody or something?
Yeah, with somebody, and so he just wrapped a towel around himself and chased her down the hallway. I mean, that's what it looked like. I don't know,
Hmm.
but if you watch the video, you're like, yeah, this uh, there was something said or something that was witnessed that was not supposed to happen.
Hmm. Yeah. I don't know. Diddy's going out bad this year.
Hmm. Hmm. So, what else did you have to talk about today? I don't know
Let's
if you had
see.
anything else.
Um. Oh, Slim Thug had to apologize for. He was standing up for Diddy. That's
I
good.
saw that. I saw that. Man, first of all, Slim Thug needs to minimize his amount of time on his social media. They need to take his phone away, bro.
Dang.
He's starting to turn into that one uncle that you're like, you know, you don't need to be on social media.
Yeah.
There's always that one family member that's like sharing videos and pictures that you're like, you shouldn't have, you don't need to have your social media uncle. Like, I promise you, you're good.
Dang. Hmm.
Slim is turning into that guy.
Yeah. I think he like. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like he shouldn't have apologized. Like there was just no need for it.
Well, I was just kind of confused as to what he was apologizing for, because it's like, dude, don't apologize for Diddy. I don't think that's what he was doing, but the way that he did it, it almost seemed like he was apologizing on his behalf or whatever. But yeah, like don't like I don't know. There's a difference between taking accountability and accepting responsibility of like something versus feeling pressured by something
Yeah.
that you're not. You know what I mean? Like I wonder if he did it out of pressure from like his fan base, like because I mean they're mostly females, right? I would assume.
Probably at this
Um,
point. Yeah.
yeah, and they're probably like, yeah, weren't you rocking with Diddy on this whole thing? And now, I don't know if that was the case or what, but it's like, dude, at some point you don't have to tell everybody your point of view.
Yeah. Yeah. He could just stay quiet or like the thing is people tend to forget. Like I don't even think people were looking for an apology. He just made himself look worse by doing that. So I don't know. It's just his it just makes you wonder like I don't know. He just his PR game's not on point. He was on the wrong side of things during COVID, and then this like he should either not said anything at all or just said the original thing and then just stood by it because he was basically just saying P Diddy's like innocent until proven guilty, and then he like apologized. So it was just like weird. The whole thing was weird.
Look, I'm not against that because it is true, right? Until you've had your day in court, we should not make assumptions. The problem is that we live in a society where, the public opinion, you're the judge, jury, and executioner, right? You
Yeah,
don't even have to be guilty. Just the allegation itself is damning enough to where they're like, oh, yeah, he did it, right? I mean,
yeah.
I'm guilty of it now. But the thing is like with Slim, it's like, bro, you know, let's just say, on a pure hypothetical, he believes Diddy 100%. Like, yeah, dude, like I don't think you did this, and
It's
the
always like someone tells him what to say. Like, why would he care about? It's only bad to talk about this. Like, only people talking about Diddy right now are like people that always talk about stuff, like media personalities. Everyone else is being quiet, and then sometimes like, yeah, I'm just gonna decide to put my foot in my mouth. It's almost like someone. It's almost like he's. We were talking about this a little bit earlier. It's almost like he's the fall man for like masculinity. It's like I'm
but
gonna say the thing that like the common denominator man would say to like stick up for men. It's almost like an argument that I would find myself making a similar type of argument, and then he has to walk it back immediately, be like, "Oh no, I was wrong. I'm a dumbass." And then all the men, it's almost like he's spoken for all men because now, if anyone who's heard about this situation, and then you try to have the opinion he had originally, people are gonna be like, "Oh, you," just like you said a minute ago, "Oh, you're siding with Diddy." And you have to be like, you have to. It's almost like it's like training people to think of the way the argument has to go. Oh, you believe that? Oh no, I'll just apologize like he did, and it'll all be okay. It's like,
Right.
you know what I mean? It's almost just like training people how to deal with that situation. If you're into the programming enough, it's like, no, like I'm almost gonna support what he said originally. Fuck like the bullshit. Like until we someone goes to court and there's hardcore evidence. And I think what he said originally is these women or whoever the victims happen to be need to come out sooner. And I've said that as well. Like as it might, they always say it's hard, and that might be true. But like the sooner you come out, the better chance we have of finding the person, uh, making sure the evidence is correct, that it's not the wrong person, getting
Right.
the sentencing right, and most importantly, you're if they're really a person that's out here doing harm, you're the quicker they get behind bars, the you're stopping potential other victims from being harmed by this
Right.
person. If you really believe
Right.
they're like a monster, it's like let's say PD is a monster that's been out here graping people for years. If you're a victim, please come forward as soon as possible. Like you could have saved Bieber.
Yeah.
Usher, you could have saved
Well.
Bieber. You know what I'm saying? Like,
uh,
so it's like, you know, I don't know. It's just like, it's like the Cosby thing. Like, if he raped you 30 years ago, why not come out then?
yeah.
You wait till it doesn't matter anymore. Like, that's a whole different situation. But it's like, the sooner you come out, the better. And that's what Slim Thug said. And now he had to like walk it all back. It's like, nah, fuck that.
Yeah. Nah. Slim. Like I said, man. I.
I'm the new
I've.
boss. Fuck Slim.
I've. Like I said, man. I jammed his music, right, and the newer stuff that he's came out with.
He's
Not
just
a
the
fan
mayor
of
of
it.
Houston's little bitch.
Well, he
Anything
not.
PC and the left, they just like make him be a spokesperson for it.
Well, I mean, if it's to his benefit, why not, right? Because it's still he's still he's.
He's just the big bitch of the north now.
I'm just saying, look,
He's not hungry
to
no more. He's
me,
not on the come up. He's too comfortable. He doesn't want to. He's like an NBA team that in the 3 minutes when they have a 5 point lead and they're like, damn, their offense shuts down and they just try to guard the lead and then they lose. That's Slim Thug right now.
Slim Thug, like I want to tell you right
He's
now,
just guarding the lead.
I haven't jammed his shit since 2017, right?
You don't, but you still jam
Um,
his old shit, right?
you know, honestly, I haven't been peeping him. I haven't been peeping him. I don't know if it's me just getting too old for it or what, but don't get me wrong. In my eyes, he's a legend in Houston. He's built his brand. He's built his name like through years of putting out multiple mix. I mean, he's
Die
been
a legend or
featured
live
like
to see yourself become the bitch. That's why they
well,
killed Tupac and Biggie young because they didn't get old and crusty.
yeah.
Bun B, he's
I,
another one that got old and crusty, and he's a fucking fake liar. And Bun B
oh
has some
man,
good ass songs, some good ass verses, but he got too old, and I started seeing through some of his lies, and I just
yeah,
can't. I like his music, but I can't fuck with him as a person. Really,
yeah. I don't know, man. Like,
that's just
but I
me.
mean, I don't know if it's just them getting older, but
He's
it's
just a little
just to me,
bitched
it's
out.
like I think for in all honesty, Bun, Slim, uh, as well as a few other folks, and I'm even gonna put myself in the category. It's like we no longer have business on social media. We have outgrown it.
It's not that. It's just that they're like they're not. They're part of like the quote unquote like system. They're not like what they seem. They're not like the Texas independent rebels that are like just kind of staying true to Texas and like fuck the music industry. It's like that's y'all would that's what y'all used to be or at least portray. That's it's easy to see that's not true anymore. Bun B has
Yeah.
like sponsored by Monster and other shit like that. Like he's do your research if you still think Bun B's the trilogy.
Yeah, no, I mean, like I said, to me, even if like they fell in the bitch category, right? To me, they still came out with albums. They still came out with songs. Like they still have built that
No, they're still
resume.
legends. It's almost like
They're,
you know how Kobe had two championship or like two Hall of Fame careers, one with the 8 jersey and one with the 24.
right.
It's like Bun B and Slim Thug had a Hall of Fame career with the 8 jersey, but when they switched to the 24, it didn't follow out.
Yeah, it wasn't the same. It wasn't the same.
No,
And I think, and again, and but to their credit, they're older. You know what I mean?
it's not
They're
just
not
that
talking.
though. It's not just that.
What do you mean?
Zero has still more or less, except for that little Trey incident, has still maintained like his like true to the people, no bullshit. I'm not gonna lie or
Bro,
backstab or.
zero is always gonna be zero
Well, I
because
know, but there's
zero
others
was
too. Like,
never sold out.
yeah, I think Paul Wall is pretty good. Like Devin the Dude, even though he's a little smaller, like there's still people who have maintained like their authenticity and like I don't feel like Bun B. Something didn't sit right with me about the Pimp C situation. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I don't know.
You're not the
Anyway,
only one. There's people out there that
yeah,
feel the same way. They feel
there's
the
a
same
lot of
way. It's
people.
just I think though, and I mean this. I think a lot of folks have gotten to that age where it's like you do not need to be on Instagram Live anymore. You don't need to be posting shit about your opinion because one, you're gonna fuck your bag up, and two, your way of thinking is no longer in alignment with the people that you grew up with. We're in a new era
Yeah,
where you have to be mindful of what you say, and for you, I know you are about opening your mind and saying what is on your mind
yeah,
and free speech. 100% agree with you, but you have to be understanding. Like if you say some shit, does like that one kicker for the Kansas City Chiefs? I don't know if you saw, but he did a commencement speech that was very masculine, right? Like he was
yeah.
just kind
Everyone's
of
just a little bitch
giving.
dog now.
You heard about it though, right?
No,
Yeah, he pretty much was just saying, it was a very masculine, and I'm doing this because the people that were protesting it, they were saying like it was just very toxic, blah blah blah.
yeah, it's you can't be a
And
man anymore.
well, here's the thing, right? That was his point. And so all of a sudden, after he did that, the NFL made a statement saying whatever he says, we do not align ourselves with.
Yeah,
We are,
we
blah blah
stand with the
blah.
transgenders. We stand with
But
the
guess what
fags.
though? Guess what though?
Huh?
His jersey was like the top
So
selling
yeah,
jersey
guess what
after.
the people support? It's like y'all are trying to
What's
stand with
that?
the weirdos, but the people don't support that. It's Andrew Tate, which I that's a whole other topic about what I think about him. But he put out a video that I wanted to react to. Maybe we'll do it, maybe not. But like, he was just basically saying like, if you're a man that stands for anything, you'll be in jail soon. And it's almost like a little bit of fear mongering, like over the top satire. But it's almost
Yeah,
his message is like there's a war against like just standing up for things and just being a man. So I don't know. I feel like I'm beating a
yeah,
dead horse, and like I've talked about this a lot, but it's just like more and more that
yeah.
you just it's like either be a gay transgender or they don't want you. Like
Well, this guy, like I said, I wish I knew this gentleman's name, but like I said, he did a commencement speech at a college, and he said that. And then immediately after they concluded that speech, there was like a petition of like with 30,000 signatures asking for his resignation. It's like,
hmm,
that's not gonna work. Like, you know, but it's interesting that the NFL made that speech saying, we don't align ourselves with him, blah 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 blah, this and that. But they sure do love the money that he brought in, selling his jersey,
yeah.
you know. So I don't know, man. Like I said, it's if I was Slim, dude, honestly, I would just delete my social media.
Just stick to your
Delete
guns.
your
What do you have to
social.
lose at this point?
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Like I said, he's gonna end up fucking himself off because
He's just saying what
there's
someone's
people.
telling him to say.
Oh, not even that. It's just like, bro, like we just don't give a fuck anymore. Slim, like I said, he used to hold weight. You know what he said. When he co-signed somebody, it meant something, and now it's just kind of like, dude, you're like, yesterday's tomatoes. You're out, bro.
Yeah.
Like like you're a legend. Your name will forever be engraved in the Mount Rushmore of Houston rap. But bro, your time's up.
Hmm.
You're doing do shows, make guest appearances, but stay the fuck off of social media.
Hmm.
There's certain celebrities that don't even good on social
I'll say
media.
what you were gonna say, and I won't apologize. I don't care if P Diddy beats her up and down that hallway. People don't give a fuck.
God damn. Oh shit, man. Like I said, man, Slim, bro. If you ever see this, man, it's not that I don't like you. I enjoy your music, your old stuff at least. It's just you do not need to be on social media commenting because every time, bro, every time he said something stupid, bro, he's put his foot in his mouth and people like backlash. And again, sometimes it may even be the right thing, right? He may have said the right thing the exact way that he meant to say it,
Hmm.
but because it's coming from him, it's just like
Well, he
people are
can't
either
apologize. That's the thing.
don't apologize. It was,
That's what fucked it up.
like you said, that's it's almost like a comedian that tells a joke then apologizes for it later.
And what really gave it away is he was the pro masker in the during COVID. He was like, Houston, wear your mask. You think he thought of that on his own?
No.
Yeah, I
Either he
doubt it.
did or
You think
I
a
don't know.
big 6'6", black, ghetto, swisher smoking, drug dealing, thug, rebel, boss hog outlaw wanted to wear a fucking mask?
Oh wait, you saying that he got paid by somebody to endorse that?
Something happened.
You think he got that
You think he went to the
that
club one night? Was like, yeah, yeah, I'm a boss hog mask. I mean, come
so
on, bro.
you saying he had that Travis Kelsey bag before Travis Kelsey did?
Something was going on.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. Um yeah, I don't know, man. Like I said, it's just one of those things where it's like, it's a shame. It's a shame to see our some of our heroes go down the path that they do, but
yeah,
you know, it is what it is. That's just where we're at now.
yeah. Hmm. Well,
So
do you want to talk about the Houston school stuff or
we may have to put that one on pause because it's still ongoing right now.
okay?
But for those of y'all who don't know, and we'll talk about this on the next episode, there was a huge, massive layoff over in Houston ISD. And so, I'm talking thousands of staff members gone without jobs, bro. And Houston ISD is the largest school district in the state of Texas.
Hmm.
So when you have the state of Texas, the largest, school district laying off thousands, you have to wonder what the fuck's happening.
Hmm.
And then on top of that, uh, unrelated but not necessarily unrelated, the superintendent for Houston ISD was facing a lot of scrutiny because it looked like, allegedly, he was funneling money out of the school district to fund some of his private schools that he has over in Colorado.
Hmm.
And when I say funneling money, I'm not talking 20,000. I'm not talking 50,000. I'm not talking 100. I'm not even talking 500,000. He was funneling millions out of
How
the.
did no one know about this?
Well, when you are, appointed to that position, and the people that are working with you are, willing
Retards?
to, well, that, but close associates and whatnot,
Oh, they're not it.
not saying that they are, but I'm not saying that they aren't either. But let's just put it this way: it doesn't look good for him and his minions, if you will.
There's no way you could funnel
But
millions and someone wouldn't know about it.
like I said, there's people that had to
Yeah.
have known about it. It's just for whatever reason, people kept forgetting to talk about it. But For now, like I said, it's just one of those things where it is currently ongoing. This was probably as of last week, I would say. And so, um, Houston right now, man, it's just such a weird city, bro.
Hmm.
It really is. It's like it's such a it's almost its own little drama show. You
Yeah.
know, when you think about like the what's the word I'm looking for? When you think of all the shenanigans that goes on in that city, the deceit, the fraud,
Yeah.
you know, I don't get me
Snake
wrong, I
Prince.
love you. Was that
Snake Prince.
Snake Prince? I'm
That's
just
another
like,
little
bro,
faggot that needs to get stomped out. Fuck Jay Prince. He's a coward.
bro. Oh, you said Jay Prince. I thought you said
Sna-
Jay
I said
Prince.
Snake
I was
Prince.
Uh, but
He's a
I'm just like,
bitch.
man, you can make a literal TV show out of all the shit that happens out of that city.
Yeah.
You'll never, you. If I was a director,
Well,
I
it's the
would just
fourth
base
largest
this.
city in the country.
Yeah, yeah. It's the fourth largest city, and but the thing about it too, it's like, man, all these layoffs, man. I've been hearing layoffs from school districts, Amazon, like Indeed, Tesla, all these other companies, and they all kind of say the same thing. It's like, well, all it was just there was a massive hiring during COVID, and so now we're kind of, figuring out, who we need and what we
The
don't
economy's
need in
just
order.
terrible.
The economy's terrible, bro. Like it's
That's what
one
it
of those
is.
things, and we've talked about it before. It's just like, man, you almost. I'll put it to you this way, right? To take my family out to go, let's just say McDonald's, right?
Hmm.
I would remember I would take the kids out just to grab, quick. I was being lazy, grab some dinner. Me and the family, bro, it'd probably be like $40, 35, maybe. You know what I mean?
Right.
You're hitting the 30s, bro. If we were to go out right now, it'd be $60 plus.
Yeah. Here's the thing. They're slowly making it worse and worse and worse, and it's not gonna change. They're just like basically with the world economy now, and everyone agrees that that's the case. Like the United States, our poor were like first class poor. You know what I mean? Like our poor people were the richest poor people in the world. But with the being a world economy, everything's balancing out. You know what I mean? We're coming. We're. It's all balancing out. So we're basically averaging out with all the poor people around the rest of the world. So their quality of life is increasing, and ours is going to start to decrease to meet
Yeah,
the mean or the average. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And and like our
Well,
elites know this. They don't give a fuck. It's not going to affect them much. It's going to affect us the most. But it's part of the world economy and the way everything's produced overseas, and that kind of. It's all just slowly but surely. It's balancing out to where we're going to be. This country's going to be shitty, just like all the other countries where the poor people live in like the slums.
yeah. Well, I mean,
And when
until
we go
then,
under, the first thing I'm doing is joining the Mexican American cartel.
oh, the Mexican American.
You like
I
that?
like. That's a nice little twist to it.
Yeah.
Uh, I'll join too. I'll do part time like Lowe's. Like, hey, I can only work Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays, and these are my hours. Hopefully, you can work
Are
with
you
them.
Mexican Josh or Mexican American Josh?
Depends on whose economy stronger. Because if it's Mexico, bro,
Uh,
yeah, I'm be over there.
dang.
But yeah, man, I don't know. Like I said, it's just one of those things where school districts are failing. Kids are just not motivated anymore. I mean, this is the new generation that we're gonna have to deal with. These are gonna be the
Well, why?
people
See,
that are
things.
gonna run the
We're
country.
we're more accepting than ever, but yet everyone's less happy than ever. There's a
Yeah,
coordination there.
yeah. I think honestly, it
What's
has.
easy, what comes easy,
Mhm.
is not respected.
Yeah,
And that's something that Myron said in terms to dating with a woman. If you show up on the first date and you just kiss a woman's ass and you're two people that just met each other, any normal, sane woman or person for that fact, if you just kiss someone's ass and they haven't earned anything, they're going to think, this is kind of like weird because I haven't done anything to earn all this admiration. Even but even in the some same way, little kids, uh, if they're playing a video game that's super easy, they get bored of it quick. They don't like it. If
Right.
you know, kids like stuff that's challenging. If something's super easy, kids don't like it. And they get depressed when they get every. That's why kids that are like brats and get everything their way, they're depressed and shit. Like they act up and they lash out and shit. Like there's stuff that goes with ease. When something's easy, it's really not good. You know what I mean? Stuff
Yeah.
that's worth having takes time and effort. And so
Yeah.
that's why everything's super easy for these kids. They have their phone with all this information, super fast, super easy. You know, everything's super easy for kids. No hate, no bullying. Everything's good. We love everyone. All this fucking and kids deep down know that shit is not true. Kids know
Yeah.
everyone's not equal. They see when they're playing dodgeball and the loser fat kids get out first and Tommy, the fucking popular kid, still in. Everyone knows Tommy's a badass. He might be a loser in high school. Uh uh he might peak in high school and be a loser after that, but everyone, dude, people, kids are not stupid. They know. So when we try to lie to them and tell them everyone's equal, all this other like coddly bullshit that
Yeah.
over pussies everything, kids know that's not true, and it fucking we need to be in line with the truth. You know, it's better for everybody. So I don't know.
Yeah. No, for sure. And the thing is, to me, like I said, it's and I told the kids uh pretty much anytime that I can regarding careers, right? I'm like, look, guys, you don't need to know exactly what you're gonna be when you grow up, but you're at an age where you need to start thinking about it pretty soon.
Mm,
But because I tell them, me, guys our age, we've already kind of hit about the halfway mark of our working career. And a lot of the technology that, AI and all this other shit, like it doesn't necessarily affect us directly, at least not yet.
mm.
But like my kids, that's going to be the competitor. Before it was
Oh,
their
yeah.
peers.
That's another episode. I
Now,
want to talk about that whole thing. But yeah, keep going, keep going.
now you're going to compete not just work wise, you're going to have to compete musically. You're going to have to compete visually. You're going to have to compete in all these aspects that, us as humans, we mastered with over centuries, right? Beethoven, then you got, all these Run DMC, then you got, Jermaine Dupri, like all these guys that had the ear for music.
Mm, yeah,
I can go on my phone with an app and create a masterpiece utilizing AI.
yeah.
Same thing with creating content. I mean, dude, there's so many things that these kids are not even aware of, or maybe they are, they just don't care. But
Mm,
that's going to be their competition. No longer is it going to be, little Johnny down the street who, he practiced doing piano for, his since he was in middle school. Not anymore. Not anymore.
I mean, I think it's gonna be different, but I think that's a whole nother discussion. I mean, we could talk about that for a whole episode. But yeah,
Yeah.
I have some thoughts about that. But well, do you want to talk about anything else? I know it's getting late, and
Yeah, I think. I mean, I know this is kind of a spur of the moment. We were trying to get on this one sooner, but yeah, I think we got a good spot right now, and this is good for us to rejuvenate
yeah,
our conversations because we haven't spoken in a while.
yeah, especially like podcast form where we're talking the long form. Yeah, it was good to get a first episode back. This is our first one doing like a remote like this, so it was good to try out the technology, get it fleshed out, and I think it went pretty smooth after the first little bit. And
Yeah,
yeah, this was dope. So it was good to get back in the groove of things, and hell yeah, it was good to get you back on.
yeah, man, for sure. I appreciate you getting me on board again, and like I said, I've been busy, man, and I'm still kind of on that schedule. But like I said, I think I mean, we were shitting all over AI and technology, but it's definitely helped kind of bridge that gap that the schedule has kind of stopped us from really, coming up with conversations. And we've always said it before, man. The conversations that we had, you and I, we've always kind of been on opposite ends. Uh, I would say maybe 50-50, maybe 60-40. But it's conversations like this where it's like, you show me a different side of the where you're coming from, and I can see exactly what you mean, and vice versa. So, it's conversations like this that, like I said, that I enjoy listening to the podcast, and putting it out there for folks that whether they agree with you or agree with me or disagree on both ends. It's good to have these platforms, and I'm glad you're still doing it, bro.
Oh yeah, hell yeah! It's good to have the conversations. It's good to get people on, hear their stories, uh, and then get their perspective on everything we like to talk about. And it's good to get you back on here. We can do our weekly thing where we, like you said, we agree on some things, we disagree on other things. We have the conversations. People can tune in, agree with either one of us, disagree with both of us, have their own opinion, and uh, I'd love to have you on. I think we're gonna try to be doing hopefully a weekly thing if we can, schedule allowing on your end. And I've been telling a bunch of guys I kind of want to try to do um, a Friday live stream show where people can call in just for like 5 or 10 minutes. Uh,
Sure.
and if you could call in for 5 or 10 minutes, or if you were able to host that with me, that'd be great. Whatever kind of works out. But I kind of want to
Yeah.
do that as a weekly thing, in addition to kind of what me and you got going on. That way, if we miss one or two or whatever happens, then I still have that going on. But no, I'd love to have you on that as well. And it was good to get you back on this, and hopefully we can have these weekly things. And yeah, it was just good to have you back on. So, anything you
Yeah,
want to
man.
say or shout
Appreciate
out
it.
before we get out of here?
Man, I want to give a shout out to my old crew, my old Bailey and Sledge boys. Now, I haven't heard from some of y'all, but miss y'all, and then the folks that tuned in, and that have stayed locked into the podcast. Appreciate y'all, checking us out. And yeah, man, like I said, it feels good to, like I said, to get back on. We're gonna try to link up in person, in the future. I think for now, for with what I have going on, this will probably be kind of what would work for now. But I mean, dude, there's a different type of setting and a different atmosphere when you have that individual in front of you, and it's like, okay,
Yeah.
cool. And so, but for now, I think this will work. And like I said, hopefully we can have some really good conversations about some other topics we got coming up. And yeah, man, I'm just ready for the next one.
Yeah, I think this really, like I said earlier, just like my brother kind of told me like the people don't care, but I think some people like hearing it. This really kind of just I've done a few of these remotes with my homie Joey, but it was just audio. So to do the video and even the ones with him helped tremendously, just getting working with the technology. But anyway, this was good to get the first one down, work out the little kinks, and I'm excited to keep going with these and get back on track. So I'm excited.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. Let's do it. Let's do it.
All right, so I guess that's episode 18. Where there's smoke, we out.
Take care.